And welcome to Night Shift. I'm Nick Porcelli, joined with Eric Lopez. We are here at Edition Financial Arena where the UCF Knights just knocked off the number 23 Oklahoma Sooners. Forgot the score already.
A double-digit victory, baby.
Yeah, double-digit. A win where they led the entire game, 74-63. Eric, how you feeling?
I'm feeling very good. Who would have thought UCF be 4-5 in the Big 12 at this point? I didn't think that. You didn't think that. Nobody thought that. None of you thought of that. But what a great performance. Led from wire to wire. Held Oklahoma under 40%. Really, and Shamari Allen. What a welcome back.
Welcome back.
Tremendous. 8 boards, 2 blocks, 2 steals. He said clearly they missed him defensively there, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, he set the tone. I mean, let's be honest, for UCF, they did their job on offense, but it was kind of sloppy, especially more in the first half. So this is one of the games where defense needed to make up for that, and he was the guy who did it. He set the tone. There's no other way to say it.
I agreed. And Johnny had great things to say. This is his 300th win, by the way, in his coaching career. I thought Porter Moser of Oklahoma's head coach made a great point. UCF was a step quicker.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't it feel like that way the whole game? They were just a quick step ahead of Oklahoma. They really attacked Oklahoma in the transition. A solid game, right?
Yeah.
Another great crowd, over 9,000 sellout, they said. I mean, I wasn't a complete sellout. There were some empty seats, but
It was loud, though.
It was
Can't
loud.
say it. Student section came here. They did their job. And I would agree with that statement that UCF was quicker. I think that shows with them having more turnovers, 15-11. You know, how many fast breaks did it feel like they were on? I mean, another stat there was UCF 17 points off of fast breaks, while Oklahoma had 9. It was just...
and they got 16 points off turnovers, 17 fast break points. What that is that's easy points, and that's something I've highlighted earlier in the year before the Big 12. They got to get easy baskets, and they did that today, over 40 points.
Well, speaking of easy baskets, how many times did we talk about them struggling at the free throw line?
Yeah.
Not today.
28 of 32
Yeah.
from the free throw line. Dominated, was fantastic. Jalen Sellers didn't have a good shooting game,
3 for
but got
10.
to the line a lot. I think that was the other thing. UCF was aggressive. They attacked the basket. They didn't settle for jump shots. I thought I liked that a lot. Really impressive performance against a good Oklahoma team.
Johnny Dawkins really just said it best in the postgame. You know, it's a tale of 2 games. I mean, this is a completely different team than the one we saw against Baylor. They were aggressive. I mean, and they played with so much energy. I mean, you could see it. They're slapping the floor. They're slapping the floor. I was going to say Matt for some reason.
The crowd, the student section was noisy. In fact, let's bring in Bryson, who's had a doubleheader day. He was in the student section. I'm going to give away my spot to you, Bryson. I'm going to give you a hug.
You're not on camera.
All right. Give me a hug there, buddy. Yeah. There's the spot.
You have to let it go. Let it go.
I'm giving him my spot.
If you're not a wrestling fan, you won't get that.
Very true. It was a loud student section.
I got to get my composure out. What was that?
It was a loud student section though. Like it's the 5th most attended UCF basketball game in program history. The 2nd most attended game this season, only below the Kansas game, and it definitely showed. And I think that what this team is able to do because of that, those easy points, and also is very flashy, it really helps get that crowd on its side and convinces them, I need to get more of this. I need to come back.
You know, I like the thing, like I was just saying with them slapping the floor is I gotta be honest. I think the team was feeding off this energy more than any other game. I mean, they look more energized even than the Kansas game, which is really impressive. But here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is more of a compliment. I'm honestly getting tired of talking about a great crowd gets out because it's becoming normal. Let that settle in.
Oh yeah.
These big crowds are becoming normal. That's what I'm enjoying because I mean, this is like how many night shifts post game have we been doing now? I want to say this is our
for basketball specifically.
For basketball specifically, 7th, 8th this year.
Maybe, yeah.
It's around that, and we just keep saying good crowd. It's honestly becoming boring, and that's just because fans are showing out.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, for UCF not.
Please keep showing out, though. I have to clarify that. Please don't stop showing up.
The fact that UCF is starting to really embrace the basketball program, I think, is something that I feel like a lot of people that have been diehards of the program for a while have been wanting for so long. Yeah. And I think if there was anybody that could do that, it's head coach Johnny Dawkins. And the fact that he, got that 300th career victory here for UCF.
It feels right, doesn't it?
It really is. I know that this is something that should have been said, that could be said, I should say, earlier. But Johnny Dawkins is the best UCF head coach of the Division I era, only outdone by the original Torchy Card himself.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I don't think that's a hot take. I don't really have a response to that, but I mean, let's just take a second. 300th wins, man. That's huge. Congratulations to him. But I have to give him a real shout out when we asked him about that in the post game, he didn't even say, he just said nothing more than, yeah, I'm happy for it. He always just made it about the players. His thing was, I'm happy it's over because then the players who I know love me because I love them, they don't feel pressured to feel like they have to get this from me.
I think he has
What a team guy.
I think he has a really great. You know how there are some coaches that are either frustrated or maybe leaving the profession because of all the changes going on in college sports.
He's embracing it.
Nowadays, yes. Johnny Dawkins is one of those coaches who has a mentality that can really embrace that kind of thing. He talked about how, how even before the transfer portal, a team is never going to be together again in its entirety except for 1 year. Even before the transfer portal, that was a thing. And basically, Coach Dawkins essentially just leaned more in to that mentality to essentially create and also take advantage of his recruiting ability to essentially create a revolving door of talent that just continues to play at a high level year after year after year, even if the roster turnover is so great.
Yeah, and listen, it's not like he's saying he's happy with it. He said a bunch of times, it kind of sucks, but he's not, unlike you said, like a lot of coaches who are leaving, he's just said, okay, whatever, this is the new kind of basketball. You have to adapt. And that's one of the reasons I think fans love him, and I think that's one of the reasons players love him. And, let's be clear about that. The players just love this guy. And I was feeling it in the post-game, and we know Johnny. He's not the fiery guy who's going to, yell and get you fired up. But in that post-game, he was soft-spoken. I'm not even on the team. I wanted to run through a wall for that man. I'm serious. I'm fired up after hearing that.
I do agree with that. He has a class about him that is I think a very, what's the word? The best way is attractive. He's one of the more
charming.
Charming is the right way to do it. He's a very charismatic basketball coach. And speaking of his success, though, with bringing in new players, one of those transfers, Antoine Jones, had one of his better nights going 6 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. Antoine Jones, since Shamari Allen got injured, he's really been stepping up over these past few games.
Yeah, I mean, just another great death beat's not more you can say. But you were talking about success. Well, today was just a successful day to be UCF night because the men weren't the only team that got a win in here tonight.
That is correct.
Who else won today, Bryson?
That is correct. The women's basketball team picked up their second consecutive win in Addition Financial Arena, winning 71-66 against Iowa State, who, by the way, was 6 and 3 in the Big 12 coming into this matchup. Despite being down at the half, Iowa State coming into this game was 9-1 when leading at the half, and UCF ended up coming back to beat them with a major help from second half surges by Maya Burns and Layla Jewett. How refreshing it is to talk about about this UCF women's basketball game and not have to bring up Caitlin Peterson having to do everything herself. For the record, she still did really good. She got 11 points. It's just that Maya Burns and Layla Jewett absolutely exploded in the second half to lead the team. Maya had a season high 20 points, and Layla had her best scoring game of conference play with 14. Maya Burns especially, she 4 3-point shots in the third quarter alone, all of them, all in the third quarter, and just. Also, the Iowa State coach talked about how they really did a great job crashing around the boards. You have 4 players that have gotten between 5 and 7 rebounds on the court today. So I really do feel like that this team has really changed the corner. They put the struggles of January behind them, have turned the calendar page over into February, and have gotten it started off right with the game against Iowa State. And when you look at the rest of this February schedule, we are actually going to host a few teams that are higher in the Big 12 standings that are maybe a little bit iffy on the road. So I feel like that Addition Financial Arena is going to be very key for this UCF women's basketball team to recover from their January struggles and try to at least end the season with a winning record. And oh yeah, let's not forget they also rebounded from from a game that's from a absolute blowout loss to the West Virginia Mountaineers that head coach Steve Messer said they were not in at all. So to go from not being in a game at all to winning against a team with a winning record overall in this Big 12 conference, very well done by this women's basketball team. And I think that I feel like that while Johnny Dawkins has done like a great job from the off season, I actually think Satya Messer might have done an even better coaching job when you just look at in season. I think, which is just from a pure in season, from a pure in season perspective.
Well, if you didn't see that, by the way, another reason this team's so likable, Bryson, you might want to move your head real quickly. We got players practicing behind us, so I think we had to wrap this up so we do not get hit by a ball. From Addition Financial Arena, I'm Nick Porcelli. This is Bryson Turner. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Our links to our socials, both the banner and our personal, will be below this video. Knights victorious. Go Knights, charge on.